Welcome to seventh session of Module 4 on Information Theory and Coding. So in this session, we are going to study a theorem on your standard array, whatever we discussed in our previous session, and also we will try to know how the decoding can be done with the help of a syndrome. Okay, and one solved example on same. So theorem, it states that all 2 power k n tuples, that is n bit code word, of a coset have the same syndrome, and the syndromes of different cosets are different. So if I consider any one row, say first row, syndrome value is equal to 0. Similarly, if I consider the second row, it can have a particular syndrome calculation. So that means to say that all the codes present in one row, which is actually 2 power k code words, will have the same syndrome, and the syndromes of different cosets. For example, if you consider the first column, the syndromes of these coset leaders will be different, right? So this is the statement of to consider the proof. Consider jth coset leader. So jth coset leader is represented as Ej. So it can be E1, where E1 means it is combination of all zeros, right? Similarly, it can be E2, E3, E4 or anything. A n tuple in this coset is Ej plus Ci. So if I consider E2 as an example, coset leader, okay, then an n tuple in this coset will be E2 plus Cj. So we are taking it as, E2 plus Ci. We are taking I just to say that this can be either C1, C2, C3 or any code vector for some I. The syndrome of this n tuple is given by, we know that syndrome is calculated as S is equal to R into H transpose, right? Syndrome is calculated as R into H transpose. Therefore, here R value is nothing but this one, code plus error. Therefore, we will substitute here as Ei plus Ej plus Ci for R, and H transpose we will rewrite as it is. So this becomes Ei into H transpose plus Ci into H transpose. But we know that Ci into H transpose is always equal to 0 because this is a valid code word. So Ci into H transpose is equal to 0, which says that the error is equal to 0, right? So when this one is 0, we will get only Ej into H transpose. So your syndrome value is simply equal to Ej into H transpose. That is, it is as good as S is equal to E2 into H transpose, which clearly says that the syndrome for E2 into H transpose is same. The syndrome for E2 plus Ci into H transpose is also same. That is why we will say that each row that contains 2 power k n tuples will have the same syndrome. That is the first part of the theorem, right? So n tuple coset is equal to the syndrome of the coset leader. Now to prove the second part, suppose that the syndromes of ith and jth cosets, that is, we are considering two different errors or coset leaders, for example E2 and E3. Okay. Now to calculate the syndrome for this E2, that is S2, we will multiply E2 with H transpose. Similarly, to calculate the syndrome for E3, we will calculate this S3 by multiplying E3 with H transpose. Now, we know that E2 is a different and E3 is a different error patterns, and they will not match with any of the elements that you have chosen in a standard array. Since E2 is not equal to E3, since these are not same, obviously your S2 will not be same as your S3, and hence we can say that the syndromes of different cosets are different. That is the second part of the theorem, right? So this property will help us in decoding the received code vector with the help of syndrome. Let us see how. Now As soon as you receive a particular code vector R, calculate the syndrome, which is equal to R into H transpose. So let R into H transpose is equal to S. Now locate the coset leader EI that has a syndrome equal to S. For example, if the calculated syndrome matches with the syndrome whatever you have calculated for E4, you are going to locate your E4. Okay. So once you locate your E4, this is assumed to be the error pattern that might have occurred during a signal transmission through the channel. Now obtain the code vector by adding R received code vector to that particular error pattern. Because we know that the received code vector is nothing but C plus E4. Therefore, your C would be R plus E4. So, you can observe here that we are considering only plus, not minus, right? Even though your R is equal to C plus E4. That is due to the fact that we are considering a modulo 2 addition over here. Therefore, there is no question of proper arithmetic addition or subtraction. Therefore, C can be calculated as R plus E4. This is how we are going to decode. So, as soon as you receive R, calculate the syndrome, then verify your syndrome value. Whenever there is a match in the syndrome, go to the corresponding error vector and add that error vector to the received vector in order to obtain your code vector C. This is the easiest method. Otherwise, what we were doing previously is we were comparing each and every element of a matrix. So that we cannot do over here. Now let us consider one example on error control coding forming a standard array. So design a single error correcting linear block code using a standard lookup table, which is nothing but a standard array, using a generator matrix. So this is the generator matrix given. We can see that the size of generator matrix is nothing but 3 cross 6. That is, it has 3 rows and 6 columns. So that clearly says that your k value is equal to 3 and n value is equal to 6. Since k value is equal to 3, you will have 2 power 3 different combinations of the data available. So I am listing out all those combinations over here, starting with all zeros up to all ones. Okay. Now corresponding to this data, I am going to find out what is my code simply by multiplying this data with the generator matrix. Similarly for 0, 0, 1, multiply D with G. Only we are always taking the same G, only thing is our data will be different every time. Okay. So we are going to generate the code for different data by considering all the possible data. So we have seen that for these data combinations we have obtained a code vector and these are all possible code vectors. Now to form the standard array, we know that these code vectors will be written as a first row in our standard array. So we will write this as a first row in our standard array, right? So I am listing out some important things over here. Since k is equal to 3, valid code words are 8 and those valid code words are nothing but the first row of your standard array. And since n value is equal to 6, the total number of array elements is equal to 64. Therefore, in this standard table, we have 64 elements. It is a 8 cross 8 standard array that contains 64 elements, right? Now I have to choose one of the error pattern. Therefore, I will choose E2, which is not same as any of the code words that we have used here. So you can see that this combination is not matching with any of the valid code words. Therefore, I will choose this as one of the error pattern. Now I will add up this E2 to the code word, and with the addition I am going to get this particular code word. So this is nothing but your C2. If this is my C2 and this is C1, this is C3 and so on, this will be E2 plus C2. Similarly, add this error pattern to C3, you are going to obtain C3 and E2. Fine. Similarly, you can finish it off by considering even the last element. Add this C8 to E2, you are going to obtain this one. Fine. Next we have E3. So choose your E3, which is again not same as any of these code words present in your first row and in your second row. So this E3, whatever you have chosen, is not present in the first row or in the second row. So I am free to choose this E3. After choosing this E3, add this E3 to C2, you will obtain this particular code vector, right? So in this way we are going to complete the entire lookup table. Now the thing is, calculate your syndrome. So how to calculate the syndrome? We know that if I calculate the syndrome as this code into H transpose, it will be 0. Similarly, if it is C2 into H transpose, again it will be 0, because I know the fact that C into H transpose value is always equal to 0. Therefore, if you multiply H transpose with any of these code words, then its syndrome value will always be equal to 0. Now calculate syndrome for the second row. To calculate the syndrome for the second row, multiply your R, otherwise E2, because we are assuming that this is the error pattern that might have occurred. So assuming that R is nothing but your E2, multiply E2 with H transpose. Okay, whatever the syndrome you get, you write it over here. Similarly, multiply this combination with H transpose once again, and you write down the syndrome. Similarly, multiply this with H transpose, write down the syndrome. In this way, you will obtain the syndrome for all the 8 rows. Now, as soon as you receive a particular code vector, multiply that received vector with H transpose and calculate the syndrome. Now, whatever the syndrome you have calculated, just verify with which syndrome value will it match. If it matches with, say, this particular syndrome, okay, if it matches with this particular syndrome, then what you have to do is take this particular error pattern. This is nothing but your E5, okay. So take this error pattern, and to this error pattern add up the received vector, and the addition, modulo 2 addition of these two will give you the code word C, that is the valid code word C. This is how the decoding will be done with the help of the syndrome calculated by the received code vector. Fine. Thank you.